What's up, world, and welcome to our show, Cuzzo Convo. We're your hosts, Renaissance Ronnie
and Mo Lovely. We're here to have an open dialogue about all things Black reality TV, highlighting positivity and giving out real life accountability checks.
So grab your seat and whatever you need, because we about to dig in.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Cuzzo Convo. If you are new, we welcome you. Hey, distant cousin. And you are coming back. Welcome back. So we're gonna jump right on in. No wasting no time. Let's get to it. What's some positives from this week's episode?
Positives. I think that Destiny sit down with Maurice was it was just a major highlight. Like, I think he spoke just him letting reassurance into her.
Yes.
And helping her, just hearing her testimony about I know we heard a little bit at the reunion about her falling on hard times after her divorce, but just to hear a little bit more, and then him assisting her, I thought that was very, very positive, and it just made me just like Maurice.
I know, like you understand why him and Kimmy are definitely together, like why they were drawn to each other. So that was definitely one of my positives too. Is definitely that sit down, and Maurice, just really desiring to help her. And I'll say this too. I love, because I know that like a lot of I won't say a lot. I don't know who's out there that would think this, but I know that, a man sitting down with a woman to talk about, and even though I'm assuming it was more business and she shared personal, but could probably have some issue with that.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that, like, that they're not, I guess, I don't know, straying away from that and just and being able to
showing healthy male
and female relationships.
Right.
Absolutely. Like that it doesn't have to be anything. Right. It doesn't have to be anything sexual. It doesn't have to be anything, more than what it is. And I'm not saying, I'm pretty sure that they probably have female clients, and even at some point. But I love that. I love that they're able to show that.
Right. I mean, oftentimes when you have, I guess, kind of like couples in a friend circle or whatever, you don't necessarily see like the wife of one couple talking to the husband of another couple.
That's true.
It's kind of like the guys do their thing and the wives do their thing or whatever. So
this is true.
So that was very positive to see.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Another positive, I'll say this. I'm not sure if we have necessarily a resolve with Kiki and Tisha, but the to be continued scene that occurred, it did seem like there was something that they resolved in it being like, hey, listen, this was the past. We need to move forward. I thought we moved forward. So it seems like that.
It definitely seems like it'll be a reoccurring theme throughout the show. But in that moment, yes, it did seem as if they decided to let bygones be bygones.
Yeah. And so, and I hope that, because I would have to say, Carlos, throwing in Kiki this way, it's just really weird. I think that there could have been, I'm not sure whose idea it was, but I think that there could have been definitely an expansion of other things and other people,
like we kind of touched on this last week about them, just the show being, in the first place, was supposedly being like successful couples or in the Huntsville area. And so, not to say that Kiki is not successful, but just to throw Kiki in there out of the blue, and she doesn't really fit that that, you know, we don't even know what Kiki does. So
this is true. So she's kind of just was thrown in
like
without a background story,
like
and you know,
or
right? Yeah. So I'm not sure what's happening there. And again, I understand that editing is I say it all the time. Editing is a beast.
Yeah.
And so I think that we need a little bit more to understand why Kiki is really on the show beyond just to bring some little bit of drama.
It's Tisha's cousin. She's hanging with Melody. Melody and Tisha aren't getting along. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah. So, but it's not making sense. But
at all.
Anyway, but again, like I said, it seems to be resolved. A resolve, and I hope that it does stay that way, and that there can be something that, whether it's counseling between those two, and it don't need to be on camera. Like, we don't even need to.
What's his name? The resident counselor that they had.
Yes, I don't know his name.
Pops.
Now
go see Pops.
Yeah. So. Yeah, maybe they probably will, but yeah, I don't know, Carlos. I'm not sure about this one. We need to, yeah. So talking about Maurice and Destiny, though I thought it was a very positive sit down, the streets have been talking.
Okay, what they've been saying, because I haven't been listening.
So apparently, when Maurice did ask her the direct question of the public assistance,
right?
Well, the financial assistance, I'll say, he asked her about a PPP loan.
Right.
She stated that she said no, like public assistance. Right. Now, let's play the clip and let's listen, because some people are actually arguing online saying that no, she didn't say, the caption stated that she said, no, I'm talking about public assistance, not a PPP loan.
Okay.
And then other people are saying, no, she's saying not only did I had to get a PPP loan, I'm talking about public assistance.
Okay. So the streets are saying that she did get a PPP loan?
Right. And so because she told Maurice no, the streets are saying that she's lying.
Oh.
Now.
Destiny.
Yeah, so
well, if that's true, that makes Destiny a liar twice, because she said she never uses chillax.
Right, we'll get to that. So that's right. So that, and this is where it gets a little
Destiny.
dicey.
I was saying Destiny.
Did you call her Destiny?
Destiny. I mean, if you up here lying, I might just go ahead and call you Destiny.
Destiny. All right, so let's play this clip and let's listen to what Miss Des said.
I had to get public assistance, so I mean, I had to use my credit cards to survive.
When you say public assistance, like PPP or?
No, not alone, like public assistance.
Wait, what?
So people are
it was kind of all over.
So yeah.
So based on the clip and the streets, I'm still a little. I'm on the fence.
Okay.
Because to me, it sounds like she said not only a loan.
Mm-hmm.
So she's saying not just a loan, I had to get public assistance too. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
So this is the thing. I think so. If that is correct, and she did state that when Maurice did ask though specifically about the PPP loan,
right?
Do you think that she would have said? I don't know. Do you think that she would have just said, "I got that," but I'm talking specifically of, we're not talking business, because PPP was for business,
right?
Even though they were there to talk business, she's saying, hey, I survived off of credit cards and public assistance, like call down to the government office to say, hey, not making it, right, need some assistance. So I don't know. So,
well,
if she did get it, I don't know, like would she have said that? Like, it just said, I did receive a PPP loan, but now I'm not talking about, we talking specifically about my own personal survival.
So I think that I think that you believe, because they're talking about her business,
mm-hmm,
that she should have made it clear that she received a PPP loan.
Mm-hmm.
I took it as, in just thinking about it, I think Maurice does a lot of, and I think they were having a conversation about this, credit cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she was basically, I think she kind of skipped over it because it was basically to say, I was getting public assistance.
Gotcha.
I was using up my credit cards, and now my credit's bad, and so that's where you come in at.
Got it.
As I'm processing it now, that's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I may be giving her something. I may be helping her out. I don't know.
The streets. Well, this is what I'll say. Well, we definitely know whether she was admitting that she did receive one or another type of loan. We do understand that beyond the public assistance, she did receive a PPP loan under her business.
Yes.
Madani LLC.
Right, because it is true too that he did say, well, what's happening with Madani.
Right.
And then she could have, then again, you talk about editing. Maybe they edited this part out. Maybe she did say, well, yeah, that's what the PPP loan was for.
Right.
But I'm talking about personal what I had to take care of at home.
Right.
So you never really know.
We'll never know unless she definitely comes forward.
Yeah, maybe like
the
reunion probably. And Maurice will probably say, well, she did say.
Right.
So
yeah,
hopefully,
because
then again, we putting it out into the world.
Yes.
And maybe they'll watch and maybe they'll be like, okay, yeah, let's go with that.
Right. So on to Destiny, because this is the thing. So I think that Destiny, there was a lot there this episode.
So then that kind of lends itself to making her out to be a person that doesn't tell the truth.
Yes. Because we then have scene with her and Mel.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that scene broke my heart.
It did. And I feel like I keep leaning towards Destiny and keep giving her
the benefit of
the doubt, and I think that I'm about to do that again. So I definitely don't think that Melody doctored up the text. I don't think they were like false, fake texts.
Yeah.
I do think that Melody was a little hard on her.
Mm-hmm.
Number one. Number two, I think that in Destiny's eyes, when she says, I reached out to you and I really haven't heard from you, I don't think she was even thinking about like text messages. I think she thought, because she mentioned that they talked regularly.
Right. She was talking about the picking up of the phone.
Right. So I think that's what she was referring to when she was saying, I haven't heard from Mel. Not that, they hadn't had like small talk via text. Whereas Mel's like, you're saying you haven't heard from me, but we have had small talk via text.
Right.
And so you set up there and lied is basically what he was saying.
So, and I'll say this, you do have to be careful about what you do say. And I only say that because if somebody said, and let's just keep it funky. Now, of course, if they have been talking consistently in the sense of them meeting up with each other, coming over, doing all of what they were doing, then I totally understand what Destiny is saying.
Right.
But at the same time, kind of the same thing going back with the whole PPP loan. Specifically on reality TV, for you not to be made boo-boo the fool, you have to make sure that you say, skirt, let me go back.
Right.
When we're saying talking, because she said it to me, she was like, that's not talking, right? But the thing is, we have to make sure that we're stating specifically, if I'm at the reunion, well, listen, like she said, we went from talking every day, meeting up, whatever, to like it just being ghost.
Right.
No, nothing was going on. now, like Mel said, Mel was like, you know, I sat there and I just let you lie on me.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Because, like, at that point, that was your opportunity, Mel, to be like, no, we just text yesterday. Like, not just to be like, I don't know why she felt like if she would have said that, she would have been embarrassing Destiny or making Destiny look like a liar. Like, I don't understand why if those were the communications that they had, why she just didn't say, no, we text.
Right.
Like, I haven't been ghost, we text. But I think in that moment, Melody knew that she'd been feeling some type of way with Destiny anyway.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll say this. I'll say this. I know that Tiff Mel can. I know. I know that Mel can do the tit for tat.
She definitely can be petty.
But I think that as far as with going back to the reunion, she was going what she was going through with going back tit for tat with Martell.
Right.
And then the whole Tisha thing.
Right.
I think just looking at it as Mel, I think she just was like, you know what? Y'all are beneath me. Yeah, I think that she's
definitely.
like, y'all are beneath me. I'm not even gonna go here. I know the truth in as far as whatever, but I'm not gonna. When is this over? Because Carlos, you and I got to talk about the next new show that's coming on. Like,
yeah,
you know, because she, in a sense, is the star of the show. I know that we like Kimmy, Maurice, but from the very like the very beginning of this show, to like she is the bread and butter.
Yes.
So I just think that she just was letting it go. Like, even though that was the opportunity to say, Destiny, not too accurate. We definitely we text or whatever, and then if Destiny wanted to say, well, texting and talking are two different things, because that's what Destiny would say, because Destiny definitely is the little smart one too. She would have, and then she could have said, yeah, but saying that you never her. Now, I will say though, looking at those text messages though,
right,
Destiny definitely was giving like, yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm on the beach. Yeah, where I felt like Mel was, you know,
a little more
giving a little bit more. So my thing is, I'll say this, because we do understand that when Mel and Destiny's last camera interaction before the reunion was Destiny saying, what happened to the village? What happened to and Destiny was like, and Mel was like, oh, I'm good. My village is good, you know? No, but I'm saying what happened to me being a part of, you know? And Mel was like, Destiny, this is my event. I don't want to. Now, granted, I did think that was the wrong time. But again, we're not Carlos and whoever else is on set. They might have said, well, you need to shoot this because this is the last day of shooting. So, so my thing is, when it comes to the whole Destiny and Mel thing, I really, again, just like with Tisha and Kiki, but specifically with Mel and Destiny, I think the Tisha and I think the Tisha thing is really messed Mel up. I don't really see her and Destiny really coming back from this, because.
But Destiny made a point in saying, like, why would you even say to me, you know, you can go ahead and forge your own friendship with her. Why don't you just be like, why test me that way? Why not just say, nah, I ain't rocking with her. I don't really want you rocking with her either.
So I'm gonna only say this, because guess what? All of last season, Tisha and Mel, until that reunion happened, were actually fine. Tisha came over Mel's house, the new house. She was like, you know, hey, what's going on?
Oh, that's true.
So at the end of the day, I just think that because of where they were and their whole new lease
I don't even know why. I don't even see it. To me, it wasn't even no big blow up between Tisha and Mel at the reunion. Like, Mel is saying because Tisha said she tried to ruin my marriage. I mean, did you?
I don't know. I don't know. I think.
I don't even understand why that's such a big deal to Mel that Tisha said that. Like, in Tisha's eyes, you did. I mean, a lot of people, you did because you kept accusing Marcel of cheating or implying that he was cheating. So I mean that, and if it's in fact not true, that is trying to ruin her marriage.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely agree to that. I think that there is, again, they all know each other. It's when the lights, camera, action is off. They know each other. They all know each other at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I really think that I'm not going to say that Mel doesn't know things, because Martell knows how to run his mouth.
And Martell was probably deflecting from his whole situation.
Could be, but then you also know that Martell doesn't want to be the only person that's at fault. So he's like, just like, I mean, what he does to Mel, right? So he's like, hey, listen, if I notice some things to be true, I'm going to speak up and say it.
Well, now he's apologizing and taking it back and saying, now I want to work back with Scope. And I apologize for saying those things. So, like, Martell, what?
Yeah. And again, yeah. So
whatever.
It's a lot. But I would just say, with that particular conversation, I wish that there was more of
a resolve.
Yeah.
Or more of an understanding, you know.
Yeah.
Let's agree to disagree instead of like a storm off.
Yeah, she said, no,
I'm going to eat her beautiful fruit.
She said, I had ordered us some fruit. Girl, I thought she said food. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And then I said, food? Oh, this fruit. And she said,
looks beautiful. And she said, Destiny was like, it really does. And then we eat it. Well, Destiny might have sat there and ate it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. When that, again, it was disappointing. It was heartbreaking when that scene ended. And I said, I don't know. I'll say this. I definitely didn't leave that scene like I'm Team Destiny, though. Because I don't know, like, if somebody was to say, hey, we haven't hooked up in a while, then I can confirm that to be like, oh yeah, you're absolutely right. We haven't hooked up.
Right.
But let's be real. A lot of times these days, talking and texting coincide.
It definitely does. Don't call me.
Yeah. A lot of people don't really talk like that on the phone, or are meeting up like that to talk. And again, what we're also talking about Destiny, who has dealt with some abandonment, rejection, and so being something that was probably very consistent,
right?
And then that person going, oh, I'm gonna draw back because of XYZ for whatever Mel's reasons were.
Which brings a thought to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like how Mel was like, I felt like Mel was kind of going tick for tat with the whole, you went through a whole divorce and didn't tell me. And now you upset because I didn't talk to you about what. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't like that. Like, I mean, be a friend on your terms. Don't be a friend. Don't say, okay, I'm treating you like this because when I was doing this, you didn't, however you choose to be a friend, be a friend that way. Don't be like, okay, well, she didn't talk to me, so I ain't talking to her. And I get it, because I always say this, Mel is a Scorpio, and so am I. And so I'm the same way. I'm like, why do you want to talk to me and you want me to spill my tea to you, but you ain't spill no tea to me, girl. Don't call me no more. Right. But looking at it from the outside, I didn't like how Mel approached that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I said,
I didn't agree. I'm not gonna say I didn't like it, because like I just said, I kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that there's something that.
I mean, I guess it was a positive that her and Tisha seemed to be able to forge a friendship out of it, and she was able to lean on Tisha.
Mm-hmm. They even are in a commercial together.
The BB Judy commercials.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, hey, they might be like BFFs now.
Those commercials.
Anyway. But yeah, so I think that
This is so
wretch.
yeah.
Yeah, so we're, I'm happy for Destiny and Tisha. I hope that we get to see, because I don't think we get to see this. We don't really get to see Tisha being a real friend. I don't think
Yeah.
we've seen that.
We
We've
haven't.
seen only Tisha when it came to the beef with her and Mel.
Mhm.
The last 2 seasons have been the beef with her and Kimmy.
Right.
So we've not really seen Tisha really
Being
have
that somebody else can lean on. Tisha.
right,
Yeah,
that she's had like this good girlfriend. So so hopefully that's her positive light in this show, because she definitely needs some. Because I feel like Tisha just be getting hit with everything that when the light turns green, it's just like, oh yeah, we just want to let you know this is happening.
Yeah, I actually feel like we have been kind of seeing a different, almost like a stronger side of Tisha this season so far. You don't think so?
I don't know about
I
that.
think so.
I don't know. I think it's the whole thing with the husband for me, where I'm just like, girl, say something. Don't say I'm okay with something. You're not okay. Like, we can tell by the quiver in your voice that you're not okay with
Got
something.
that candy quiver.
You
You got candy always sound like you about to bust out crying.
So I don't know. Like, I'm looking for her to say no, Marceau, or this is, whatever it is, specifically with her husband. When it comes to like
think
the
that
whole
they have a conversation like before they start filming. Yeah,
her and Marceau.
Yeah, just to say,
Don't bring this.
We gonna discuss it
this
behind the scenes.
Yeah,
like, let's not.
Probably. And my thing is that's not.
Reality TV. That's not reality.
It's not reality, because at the end of the day, no couple, no marriage is perfect. And we can see that. Maybe he thinks that he's making it. No, we see, Marceau. We see clearly
it makes her look
that
like
your
a fool.
marriage is not, to us. Sorry, I'm speaking on your marriage, and I don't know you, but we know clearly that your marriage is not perfect from the very things that we have witnessed over these past couple of years in these seasons. So it's okay to sit down with your wife if your wife is having a disagreement about something, or she wants to express her feelings about something. I think that shows value to Tisha. I think that shows respect. And at the end of the day, what I will say is, I think that Tisha shows you more respect than you show her and you've ever shown her on that show. Mm. And the unfortunate part about it is that you have the whole world looking at Tisha like, get it together, sis. Like, this ain't it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I've seen her kind of be that, like, the most I've seen her get whatever rah has been with Kiki, and then being like, hey, Kimmy, I'm and I'm like, okay, because that's the dangerous thing I would say about, and here's an accountability check. Mm-hmm. When it comes down to when you're able to, and I get it, she's not screwing Kiki, that's her cousin. Sorry, y'all, my head's doing something.
Mike is doing some things too, but go ahead.
But we got a lot going on today.
Yeah, go ahead. So.
But when you are in relationships with people, and understanding that every relationship is not an equal, but we should treat our relationships with the same respect. And what I don't want for Tisha is to just always, or this is what I'm trying to say. I don't want for Tisha to feel like, hey, I'm frustrated with my husband, and so anybody that comes around me, because I feel like she even did it a lot with Kimmy. And then her mom, Miss Wanda, doesn't help because she ignites that fire. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, my mother wants me to say something to this person. And so, okay, I then take that in. My husband tells me not to either pay attention or not say things or whatever. So she fights that battle on to what to say, what not to say. And I think because Marsau does tell her a lot of times not to say something, I really believe that that's why we see Tisha either just definitely reserved with him and being like, oh, I'm fine, I'm okay with it, you know, oh, it didn't bother me. And it's like, that's sis lies. But I think that all of that what she gave to either Kiki and whatever, it's boiling over. And it's like, that's not, you don't want that for your life. Like, and I think that that's where, again, even though your husband may not want to go to counseling, but this is where it's time for both of you guys as one, as a married couple, to be accountable to one another, to say, hey, listen, husband, I need you to listen to me. I don't agree to this. I don't want, and it's okay for us to see that, because again, that's real marriage. That's not, there's nothing fake about that. There's nothing, it's not bothersome. The only time that it's going to be an issue is if you, Marsau, are lying, or you, Tisha, are lying about something, and you're saying, we're just not going to put lies out here just for views. If that's the case, then hey, keep doing what you're doing. But if it's not, then open up, allow us to see. We see a lot, but what we see, a lot of people are not team Tisha and Marsau. Like you are not looking at Love and Marriage Huntsville saying, oh, I love Tisha and Marsau's marriage. It's not, it's, everybody's saying, Tisha, when you leaving? Everybody's saying, come on, girl, like, you don't see the signs? Like, yeah. And so I would love for that to be, you know, and I get it, like, all day, Marsau, we could talk about Maurice and Kimmy, but they've been the most consistent on this show as far as keeping it real, you know, showing the issues when it came down to, you know, him and the ex-wife and Monster. I mean, like, we've seen things. We know, again, we know that things are not perfect, right? But they've allowed us to see the balance of marriage, and that's what we don't get from Marsau and Tisha. Yeah, and unfortunately, we definitely stopped getting it early on. Once we found out about Martell and Melody, it just became just all like what he was doing. Right. You know, so, you know, yeah. Thanks, Kimmy and Maurice.
So, I mean, I guess I want to say back up off Tisha a little bit, but this kind of includes her as well. I mean, Martell came and talked to Marsau about buying back into the company. Scope, yeah. And you know, Marsau basically said that, you know, Skull is Martell. Like, Martell, you know, was the creator. And so it wouldn't be right just to tell him flat out no. We should at least give him
an opportunity to prove himself.
Exactly. Yeah. And so he talks to Tisha, because now that they have full ownership, so it's now 50, I'm assuming 50-50, Tisha and him own the company. And Tisha has her reservations, right, because of the lies that Martell has allegedly told. I mean, well, we know he told them, but they're allegedly lies. I don't know. I mean, I guess when I think about it, I feel like, you know, if someone told lies on my husband and I, and then they wanted to go into business with me, I would be like, I don't know. Right. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is he a good fit for the company? Yeah. Like,
so I'll say,
set that aside.
I think that Marsau's idea is good as far as there being a particular project to see, you know, let's see where he is, let's see how he does, let's see what we can give him. So I think starting off small to see, and, you know, how we may lead back into, and so, you know, you prove yourself. And I think that's, so go back to entry level, humble him. Yeah. So, you know, I think that is, I totally understand her reservation, and I agree. And I think that Marsau did come up with a good idea. Yeah. So,
and it seems that, I guess, Skull has moved more into commercial building, and Martell doesn't really have much experience in that. And so,
and I don't think he's licensed.
Exactly, because I think Melody had the license.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be Destiny Sweets will be a good opportunity for him to dip his toe in the pond. Is that the thing?
The pond, the lake, the river, streams.
I wonder where's Destiny going? How's she gonna pay them?
The PPP loan.
I guess.
Who knows? I don't know. I don't know.
So yeah, that was. I think that was a positive that they were able to come to that agreement and hopefully help Martell. I think that is more Martell's speed than the calendar and the wine and. I mean, the children's book is a good thing. I do like the children's book, but the cookbook and. I think,
he's just trying to find his way.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I'm not making multiple streams of income. I'm all for it. So, hey, if somebody is willing to listen, learn, and buy, have at it, baby. You know, long as you ain't giving us no fluff. If you giving fluff and it's just like, oh, here's the recipe. Just sprinkle a little bit of this. And a little bit of this and a dash of that. Like, if it's the ghetto cookbook, then you can keep it. So, but yeah, that's about.
Yeah, I think that pretty much summed up the episode.
Yeah. Next week, we
like
got Miss Wanda and Kiki.
Yeah.
Sit down. Yeah.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, we've only seen Miss Wanda in one episode so far. I think so. So
they did bring up Miss Wanda in this episode because Tisha wants Miss Wanda to shadow Marcel. I hope they get that on camera. I mean, just a little bit of it.
I don't think that's a good idea. It's only a good idea for TV. That's about it. Other than that, child, please. He's gonna be like, so you said you want to do what with my money again?
Right.
So how about we get a real business person and you just cook? That's what he gonna tell her.
Exactly.
But yeah.
So yeah, we'll see Miss Wanda and not Miss Kiki, but Miss Wanda and Kiki. And what else? Just more of the more.
Yeah.
Maybe Tiffany and Stormy will be back next episode. Oh yeah, Tiffany is back because Tiffany is taking Melody to help her find her dad, and no longer taking Lewis.
That's right.
So,
that's right. Yeah.
It looks like that will be a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested in seeing that go.
Yeah, I really, these women that have been in the foster care system, like success is one thing, but I really desire for Tiffany and Destiny, even I would even say with Tisha, we don't know anything about Tisha's dad. Yeah. We only know about Miss Wanda. And so the thing is, there's a lot of healing that these women need to go. I was about to call them girls. Y'all are full grown women.
Yeah.
That they really need to go through. And, sometimes it's best to dig things up and sometimes it ain't worth it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, do what you have to do. So, hey, is this a door that I keep open? Or if I open it, do I keep it open? Or do I say, I found my answer and it's not for me? And it's okay.
Yeah.
So I hope that, Tiffany, because especially when you're on reality TV, you got to be careful because people become ops. And, let's not think that a parent won't become an op because, oh, my daughter is on TV. Let me make myself look good because, oh, that's Roger. He the CEO. He worked for us. Roger had a daughter. And it's like, oh, I need to make myself, look good. No, Roger. Go home.
Go home, Roger.
Just go home and, let your daughter live the rest of her life if you're not going to really authentically show up.
Do her like Ashley Darby on Real Housewives of Potomac's dad did her. And don't answer the door if you think it wasn't funny, but yeah, if you think that you ain't going to be able to be something positive to Tiffany, yeah, don't even come to the door.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Cuzzo Convo.
Yes.
And we are happy that you have joined us, and we hope that you will come back and join us again next week. Till then, make sure you what? Love up on that like button,
Yes.
hit that subscribe button, and share. Peace.
Bye.